power behind it.
Bruno, what do we know about his opponent? There goes another clothesline.
Well, in all honesty, I can't say that I know that much about David Meltzer. I know this, that obviously he's not a veteran. He may have only a few years experience, but unfortunately, when you put a man like...
Welcome to another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. I am your host, the future Hall of Famer Scotty B. I'm going to bring my co-host in here, Mr. Andrew, no last name needed. It's been a long time since we recorded, Andrew. Now, people don't know that, but if they want to hear a fun story, we were recording on Christmas Eve. The Grins came along and fucked up everything. And, well, Andrew did. He muted me.
I am the Grins.
He thought he couldn't hear me, and that was the end of it. We just said the hell of it. We give up. The Crystal Spirit, we're not going to do it anymore. So that podcast went to shit. We got about halfway through it, but we have a fun one today. 1984, which is, let's be real, man. This is one hell of a year we got rolling here.
It's the oldest one we've had so far.
Pardon me?
It's the oldest one we've had so far on the show.
Yeah, and we actually recorded this a while back, straight audio. It was like a year ago, so I don't remember much about it. I mean, it was funny. I was researching a little bit about 84, and I might have seen like one of the award winners, but I think I already knew it rest of the year. But let's jump in like we normally do. Let's quickly talk about 1984, what we were doing in 1984. So we'll let you start, Andrew.
Sure. This was the last year for me pre-professional wrestling. I wasn't a wrestling fan in 1984. My main interest probably was Masters of the Universe, more specifically He-Man and that whole toy line and cartoon. And also, to a lesser extent, stuff like GoBots, Muppet Babies. I don't even know Muppet Babies had started yet, but basically not professional wrestling. So all of this stuff that we're going to be discussing is things that I saw in hindsight, not at the time.
Yeah, same here. I was mostly into harness racing. My father raced horses, so that's what I did. My Saturdays consisted of going to watch him race and watch grown men gamble and freak out when they lose. It was very, it was it's a weird world for I would have been five or six, I think. For a 6-year-old to be at a racetrack, it's very strange to people, but it was totally normal to me. I had my friends, we hung out, watched races and stuff. That was basically it for me. I was a big hockey fan. I was a big hockey fan then. I was a Montreal Canadiens fan as a kid. Collected the hockey sticker books. I remember they were a big deal, the sticker books. And I had them. And I remember my dad came home one time and he had bought me like just a shit ton of the packs. I mean, probably like 10 or 15 of them. And I was in my absolute glory. But that's 1984 for me. And we're going to jump right into the sports section of 1984. So let's go pop that bad boy up. We're going to start with the NFL. The NFL draft was held on May 1st and May 2nd in New York's Omni Park Central Hotel. That's kind of funny. With the first pick, the New England Patriots selected wide receiver Irving Fryer from the University of Nebraska. I'm kind of aware of him. Have you ever heard of him before?
No, that's the first time I've heard that name.
He was okay. I don't think he was great. I think he would have been like average, maybe a little above average, but I mean, he was known. I've heard of the name before. All right, so let's hop into your guess for the best record in the NFL in 1984.
Is it the 49ers?
It is the 49ers. What was their record?
Was it 13-3?
15-1.
Okay.
And the worst record?
Was it Tampa Bay?
The Buffalo Bills at 2-14.
Started.
Super Bowl, I think it was the 19 49ers over the Dolphins, 38-16. That was a pretty big deal then, that Super Bowl, because I mean that was two of the powerhouse teams. Because I'm pretty sure the Dolphins they killed. I think they went 12-4 in the AFC, so they dominate that whole conference. But we know how it worked back then. The NFC killed the AFC in the Super Bowl. They used to always say the NFC championship game was the Super Bowl,
unless it was the Raiders.
Yeah, shut the fuck up with them cocksuckers. I fucking hate them. don't get arrested if you're a Raiders fucking fan. Anyway, some awards: MVP Dan Marino, Coach of the Year Chuck Knox, Offensive Player of the Year Dan Marino, Kenny Easley was Defensive Player of the Year for Seattle. The offensive rookie Lewis Lips of Pittsburgh, defensive rookie Bill Mays from Kansas City Chiefs. Don't even know who that guy is. So he didn't do much. Marty Leons was Man of the Year. Comeback Player of the Year, John Stallworth for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Super Bowl MVP is Joe Montana. Baseball. Best record in baseball.
Was it my Cardinals?
Detroit Tigers 104-58. And you know what's crazy? They won like the first 18 games that season. Like they just came out and just dominated. And no one stopped them the whole year, which is very rare for Detroit when we do this. Usually they're in the last place. Yeah. Worst record in the league.
Was it Atlanta?
San Francisco Giants 66-96. Tigers beat the Padres 4-1 in the World Series. Most valuable player Willie Hernandez of the Detroit Tigers. Ryan Sinnerberg for Chicago Cubs. Cy Young, Willie Hernandez for Detroit Tigers. Rick Swicliffe for the Cubs. Rookie of the Year, Alan Davis for Seattle. Dwayne Gooden for New York. Talk about a guy who shouldn't have done fucking drugs. He would have been amazing. But he liked drugs a lot.
He did.
Manager of the Year, Sparky Anderson for Detroit. And Jim Frey for the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs did make the playoffs that year, by the way. They lost to the Padres. Okay, going to the NBA. Best and worst record.
Were the Lakers the best record?
Boston Celtics 62-20. Worst record?
I'm gonna guess Clippers.
Pacers 26-56. Boston beat the Lakers 4-3 in the NBA Finals. Larry Bird was the MVP of the league. Rookie of the Year, Ralph Samuelson for Houston. Defensive Player of the Year, Sidney McGriff for Milwaukee Bucks. Kevin McHale was six-man Player of the Year. And Coach of the Year, Frank Layden, Utah Jazz. And finally, the NHL. Best record.
Was it the Islanders?
The Oilers 57-18-5. Worst record.
Minnesota?
Pittsburgh 16-58-6. Holy fuck, they sucked that year. The Cubs beat the Islanders in 4-1. And I'm going to say something about that in a second. The Cup final, we had Edmonton over the Islanders. That Prince of Wales, blah, blah, blah. Art Ross, Gretzky got it. Calder Trophy, Tom Barrasso for Buffalo. Conn Smythe, Mark Messier. Let's see. Hart Trophy, Wayne Gretzky. Jack Adams, Brian Murray. Vezina, Tom Barrasso. Holy shit, eh? Got Rookie of the Year. He got Vezina. That's incredible. He didn't do a whole lot after that either.
Well, yeah, he back-to-back Stanley Cups in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. So I was saying about the Islanders and Oilers. Now, people watching this, all 11 people, they probably don't really follow hockey. But my Kansas City Chiefs, when they played the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game, do you remember what I said? I said it's identical to the Oilers against the Islanders.
Oh yeah. They
lose that one and it'll come back, and then they came back the next year and won the Super Bowl. But they did beat New England Week 14 that year, and that's the year that I hope. Though I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a quick story about my obsession with football.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you when I went to a province called Newfoundland for work? Yes, because you were here at my home. Did I ever tell you how I didn't get in there until the second day? I was a day late.
No, what happened?
Well, it was a Sunday evening when I was going to fly out, and I was at the airport. I remember talking to you when I was at the airport because you were watching Red Zone. I was really jealous. I was flying. I was really pissed off. I wasn't flying to play myself, but I was flying. Was
that at your place at this time?
No, you were still in Vancouver. You came home a couple days later. So anyway, I'm at the airport watching the Kansas City New England game. Halftime, they go to board, and I'm not feeling too good. I can't fly. Just so I can watch the rest of the game. So sorry, employers, if you're watching this. Yes, don't make me work Sundays.
Hire that guy.
Don't make me work Sundays. That's all I'm telling you. Don't make me work Sundays between September and January. Anytime after that, you're good. Once Super Bowl's over, we're good. That's the funny story behind that. So I'm going to kind of bring something up here real quickly because we were watching Dynamite. Man, Dynamite was not good tonight. Do you agree?
Oh, one of the worst since it's been good. That's one of the
right. You get your bad one. I'll tell you the what the hell was that? Who's the guy that's challenging Paige?
Oh,
Jake's boy. You know what I'm talking about. That match was too fucking long, man. God damn.
Okay, here's the thing. If you're going to do a 10-minute squash,
oh, I know.
The only way that works is if you have a babyface that the fans want to cheer and get behind. Like an underdog babyface that's loved by the crowd, they will, be rooting at that 10-minute mark if he gets like a hope spot before eventually he's over. Yeah. Mike Kazarian doesn't have that connection with the crowd. Every time he ever came out, it's always been like, oh, I wish it was anybody else.
It was really bad. But the reason I wanted to bring it up was John Moxley coming out and dropping the F-bomb on that fan, which I got to go back and watch that. And I want to say something with that. AW didn't have a good show tonight. That's fine. Next week will be good because they have what is it, Beach Break or some shit?
Yeah, in Cleveland, because when I think of Cleveland, I think of the beach.
Yeah, whatever. But I know that's pretty fucking stupid end of January. But anyway, I like the way they treat Moxley because in WWE, you know how they treat it when they're alcoholics. They make jokes about it and have Lawler pour fucking whiskey. Let me say something to if anyone if they're gonna block my shit, let me explain something to them. It's not really no. Let me say this. You'll be like, it's kind of serious. I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm gonna show you a picture right here. You see this picture right here? See the guy with the glasses over right there? That guy? Not the guy in the white shirt, the guy right here. The other person.
What about him?
That's my father. Now, it's a WWE. If you think alcoholism is funny, it's not. It's actually not funny. Because that's what killed my father was alcoholism. He drank himself to death. So when WWE decides to make a fucking joke about alcoholism and pour whiskey down someone's throat, maybe think about that. Fuck them. Fuck that company. That's all I'll say is fuck that company. Because they're not funny. They're not funny.
Are you going to say fuck that company to a company after one of his good friends has cancer and then goes heel against him and talks about the cancer? I mean, how could you ever badmouth the WWE?
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck that company. And I was watching the Moxley thing, and I was thinking, fuck WWE, man. They're a bunch of absolute pieces of shit. They are pieces of fucking shit. But we're going to leave it at that. We're going to move on. We're going to jump into the awards. We got lots. Did you want me to go over the tidbits from the yearbook real quick, or did you want to jump into the awards?
I think we should do that later, but before the awards, there is an in memoriam.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Sorry, go ahead. There's like 9 people.
We've got, in 1984, the wrestling world lost the following personalities. David Von Erich.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Vittorio Argentina Apollo. Brute Bernard. Lord Athol Leighton. Vince McMahon Sr. El Santo. And Frank Tunney.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And they put Jack Tunney on the air, and as I was telling you before, because we're going to talk about 84, as I was watching a lot of TV. Mm-hmm. He was the vice president for a while, and it was the
behind Mishima.
Yeah. And Piper had him on, and you know what Jack Tunney's nickname was on the air. It was a gimmick, Jack on the Take Tunney. Yeah, Jack on the Take Tunney. What's your favorite memory of Jack Tunney before we jump in?
It's not any one thing, but what I miss about Jack Tunney was the personification of bureaucracy. Like, this is somebody that I could see being the head of a large corporation because he had no charisma.
Oh, none.
He was just like a businessman. He just went out there and would say something like, "These men have battled each other past the point of exhaustion. They will not be wrestling again," or no longer will all 3 members of Demolition be able to wrestle. It will just be 2. He was perfect for a proclamation. Rick Rude being suspended, or even Bad News grabbing him.
That's what I was going to say. That's my favorite part, when Bad News grabbed him on Superstars.
Like, that wouldn't have worked as much if it was like picture Dusty Rhodes in that role. That wouldn't have had that impact. Yeah, he would have had a lot of killer promos and stuff, but it would have just felt like the wrestling guy. Nobody, kids didn't think Jack Tunney was involved in the like they would with a Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes came across as a wrestling guy. Jack Tunney came across as a businessman. Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the first award, which is Rookie of the Year. You can go first if you want. And it's funny, we've done this before. I'm going to guess. I don't fucking know. 84. No, I don't know. I can't even think of it by the top of my head. Yeah, you just have to tell me. Excuse me. Who is it? Mike Von Erich.
Mike Von Erich. He wins it with 13,328 votes.
And all of them for Texas.
First runner-up was Nikita Koloff. Second runner-up, Crusher Khrushchev.
Yeah.
Third runner-up, Kevin Kelly, also known as Nails. And honorable mentions, vote for others, include Brutus Beefcake, Steve Armstrong.
He was around for like almost 10 years.
No, not
He
that
around
long.
76, 77. Well, I'm 10.
Yeah, I think it's 77.
My math's pretty bad, but anyway, go ahead.
Steve Armstrong, Gito Brito Jr., and the Tonga Kid.
All right. Yeah, okay. So here we go with mine. Oh, you want to guess? Sorry.
Yeah, I want to guess.
Right there. If you guess right, I mean, Mag, you remember the old podcast we did.
Was it Jushin Thunder Liger?
Good old Tommy Zink. Tommy Zink, he wins it. Let's take a look at Tommy Zink's. It's Tommy Zink at 1. We have Yamada at 2. I can't pronounce his first name. Kei, whatever. Nikita Koloff at 3. Him and Mike Von Erich are actually tied.
Wait. Kiichi Yamada?
Yeah.
That's Jushin Liger.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And Nikita Koloff and Mike Von Erich were tied. But you know how Meltzer felt about Texas? He fucking loved Texas. So, like,
wrestling fans love Texas at that time.
Yeah, but this is 84, man. It's all his boys voting. Like, this is a elite group of people.
They did the same thing in PWI?
Fair enough. Anyway, that's that. The next one, we're going to go with Most Improved. And that's going to be your time to go with that. So, like, your guess and mine.
Yeah. Is it Magnum TA?
The Cobra.
Oh, okay.
Which I'll say, man, I really fucking liked his match with Black Tiger at MSG. Yeah. I remember being a kid, and that was a really favorite match when I seen that. It was on Best of Volume 1. I was a big fan of that match. Kerry Von Erich was number 2. Tiger Mask was 3. Hercules Hernandez was 4. Tongan Kid was 5. Honorable mentions Jesse Barr, Brian Blair, Takada, Buddy Landau, and Brian Adidas. And for you, Most Improved, I don't know. 84. Wendy Richter?
Good guess. Billy Jack.
Billy Jerk Haynes.
Billy Jerk Haynes.
Yeah, he comes up later on in the observer notes. Go ahead.
But he does. He wins this with 11,762 votes. First runner-up is
Are them people looking for him right now? All them people that voted for him, they're looking for him? Because no one's seen this fucking guy in like a year.
I don't know if there's anybody that was alive in 1984 that's still alive in 2022. Magnum TA, first runner-up with 11,434 votes. Second runner-up is Rick Martel with 10,982 votes. And third runner-up is Ronnie Garvin with 9,938 votes. Honorable mentions include Tito Santana, Kevin Von Erich, Tully Blanchard, and Terry Taylor.
Right on. Good stuff. Oh, who wins that? I'm going to go it's kind of tough in a way, but I'll go with the Cobra, I guess. I don't know.
And who would you pick for the Rookie of the Year?
Oh, Tommy Zink. All right, so we're just burning along. We got a lot of other things to go over, so it's not like we're going to be short on time here. Best heel, most hated wrestler. And that's going to be for you. I'm going to go with Roddy Piper for yours. And I'm not looking. I'm not looking right now. So hold on a second. Let me go back in. Are you putting it up? Who is it? Roddy Piper.
Yep, Roddy Piper is the most hated wrestler of 1984 with 14,832 votes. First runner-up is Kevin Sullivan with 11,085 votes. Second runner-up is Tully Blanchard with 9,837 votes. Third runner-up is the Iron Sheik with 9,456 votes. And honorable mentions include Chris Adams, Greg Valentine, Ted DiBiase, and Gino Hernandez.
All right. I want you to guess my best heel of the year.
Was it Roddy Piper?
Yeah, you're kind of getting, that was one of the best heel runs of all time.
Yeah.
So, 84 Piper, I don't know who the fuck you're putting in there instead of 84 Piper. It's pretty goddamn obvious. Piper wins it. Number 2, we have Iron Sheik, Bruiser Brody, Michael Hayes, Butch Reed, honorable mentions, Paul Orndorff, Kevin Sullivan, Ricky Chosu, and Chris Adams. So, yeah, Piper fucking blows everybody in the water. just unbelievable heel. And I love Piper's heel because he wasn't really a coward. I mean, he stood up to Andre. So, I mean, it's not like he's a coward, but he's just a badass. So I know right now with MJF, he's kind of trying to play the Piper role a bit, but too much of a coward heel for MJF to be playing the Piper role.
It's funny watching Piper interact with Blassie and Albano, knowing how they sabotaged his first run in New York.
Well, yeah, Blassie fucked up pretty bad with the things with the toilet paper, the bagpipes. I mean, that's pretty fucking harsh. It's one thing to play a rib on somebody. It's another thing to put them in front of the audience and do that to them. But
and if you think about it, Piper's rise really coincided with Blassie's plummet. Like he really only had Sheik.
Yeah, Blassie. Well, I mean, what he has 85. He has an okay 85. He gets a tag champs for a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, you can tell he's out the door soon.
Well, he's not fucking young either. He's pretty old at this point, right? Yeah. So, all right. Inspirational wrestler, mine is most disgusting tactic, which you get to pick first. And this is it's always fun picking these ones. Most disgusting tactic.
Was it Fritz selling autographed pictures of David?
You picked that the last time, I think. It is this man faking a heart attack.
Okay.
They have Blackjack Mulligan faking a heart attack. Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf's involvement in pro wrestling, which is kind of amusing. Kevin Sullivan using knives to the heart. And no, there's two more. Number 4, stripper cage matches with girls in Southwest, which is very interesting. I know Southwest is a little weird. Southwest.
Okay.
In the entire Blackjack Mulligan Kevin Sullivan feud. So I mean, I don't know why Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf's a problem. I mean,
you know what the problem is?
Old school guys don't like that shit.
It's people like this guy over here. People like this guy that want nothing but men in their trunks.
What are you talking about? What's the point?
No commentary.
Well, my promotion is going to be me just saying I don't want the crowd cheering. Yeah. All the interest is with the radio. We're just going to put the radio on. If it's a fucking muffler commercial, it's muffler commercial. Yeah, like whatever. Middle of like a song, just go with it, man. That's how I roll. So, inspirational wrestler of the year, I'm going to go Kerry Von Erich.
It's actually Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, yeah, because he turned babyface. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Slaughter wins it with 14,324 votes. First runner-up is Kerry Von Erich with 13,145 votes. Second runner-up is Kevin Von Erich with 10,345 votes. And third runner-up, interesting one, Bob Backlund with 7,324 votes. Honorable mentions include Magnum TA.
Don't even go any further. Bob Backlund's mentions all I care about. But go ahead.
Magnum TA, Jimmy Valiant, Rick Martel, and Dusty Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. Bob Backlund should have won it. Bob Backlund should have won
it. 1984, yeah, he was setting the world on fire.
He's always setting the world on fire, baby. It's Bobby Backlund. I love Bob Backlund. I love him. He responds to my email. That's another reason I like Bob Backlund. He's a really cool dude. Bit strange, but you know, a tad bit weird. All right, tag team of the year. I'm picking for yours the Road Warriors because they're kind of on the cover. No, they're on the cover of that one. They're on the cover of the A3 one for the A3 Awards. But I'm still picking them.
The Road Warriors.
Yeah, I mean they're PWI all the way, brother. Like they are PWI.
Yeah, the Road Warriors win it with 13,984 votes. First runner-up is the Von Erichs with 12,975 votes. Second runner-up are the Fabulous Ones with 10,890 votes. The third runner-up is the Rock and Roll Express with 10,237 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 8,590.
Wait, me and Mike Von Erich, is that the next one? Because I trained with them for a couple of years there on the Future Hall of Fame.
No, it was actually Brett and Buzz Sawyer, Chavo and Hector Guerrero, Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas, and Iceman Parsons and your boy Buck Zumhoff.
Oh, Bucky boy! Hey, Buck, if you're watching this, I hope things are going well for you, bud. I know you got that access in there in the jail, and so you're just jumping right on to fucking watch our podcast, you creep bastard. All right, so guess mine.
Was it also the Road Warriors?
It is also the Road Warriors because they basically fucking own the tag team division at that point. They win it. Dynamite Kid and Dave Boy Smith get second. Brody and Hanson are third. Murdoch and Adonis are 5. Chosu, and I cannot pronounce his name. H-A-M. No, I can't pronounce it. Hamoaguchi. And Chosu, whatever. I said it. I spelled it. People can pronounce it. Go ahead. And I'll mention it's going to be Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton, the late Bobby Eaton. Okay, so we're at halftime. And I don't know how we're going to play halftime right now because, son of a bitch, I didn't bring WrestleMania up. Here, hold on a second here. So we are going to rebook WrestleMania 1 as it would have stood in 1984. But give me a second.
Not so much rebook it, just what would happen if they did Mania a year earlier.
Yeah, and I have it here. Just give me a second. All right. So I did mine. You're kind of just going to go along with mine. Is that correct, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm just giving my input if I think that we could go a different route with somebody, but we'll see. You have.
All right. So WrestleMania 1, it happens on April 1st, 1984 in Madison Square Garden. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Reason being, there's not a Knicks game, there's not a Rangers game that night. So nothing else has happened in Madison Square Garden that day. Celebrities. There's a few, but the main celebrity, I want you to guess who the main celebrity is for WrestleMania 4. Or WrestleMania 1984.
Is it Muhammad Ali?
He's there, but he's not the main celebrity. I kind of just gave it away. I'll give you one more. He's a corner. No, he's going to be a corner man, and I'll tell you who it is.
Who?
Sylvester Stallone will be in the corner of Hulk Hogan in the main event. Kind of a big deal.
It would have. I think it would have worked better if Rocky 3 was to come. Like he would be promoting it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, 84 Stallone's still a big deal. Stallone's a pretty big deal. Do you know what I mean? And he was either Tiger or shit like that. Okay, the opening match. We're going to start with a title match right away. Intercontinental Championship match: Tito Santana versus Greg the Hammer Valentine. We're going to go long. We're going to have Santana win by a DQ.
Was Valentine there in April?
Oh yeah, he was there. Yeah. So what do you think of that?
I was thinking of somebody else for Tito. I was thinking Orndorff for Tito.
I did think Orndorff for Tito. I got Orndorff for the next match.
Okay.
But I just thought, I know it's a little weird the way I kind of booked this Mania a little differently than they would have. It's a little bit different. But anyway, the next match I had Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff versus SD Jones. Orndorff wins in 2 minutes. Just boom, just destroys him. And I mean, because the thing is, I'm looking at, and I was looking through the roster, I'm thinking, who do you want the top heel to really, really be? And I'm thinking, like, Piper's already a top heel, but I think you're pushing more towards Orndorff to be the secondary heel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say Schultz would be the next level down. And that's kind of like, I would put Orndorff with Sheik as far as below Piper. You've got Orndorff and Sheik, and then below them, you've got Schultz and, like, I don't know.
I don't know if I put Sheik in this fucking thing. Oh, whatever. If I did, who cares? So I have Jimmy Snuka versus Dr. David Schultz. That goes with double count out because I couldn't figure who the fuck I was actually going to put Schultz over originally, but then I thought you kind of can't do that with Snuka. So I thought double count out would work. And you could do them back then. Andre Giant versus Big John Sebo. Same as Mania 1. Yep. Exact same thing. Exact same finish. Title match. We have Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas versus Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis.
Wait, are they there yet in April?
Yeah, they're there. I looked it up. They're there. They're there in March. Because they win it in April. They just win it like a few weeks after this.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have the same?
I have Adonis and Murdoch winning. Murdoch pins Atlas with Adonis holding his foot. This one is interesting. Might be a little too gimmicky. Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik in a cage match. But hear this one out. I know, but both roll out of the cage at the same time and brawl from ringside to the back.
Oh, no.
Like it? No,
I hate it for so many reasons. The top reason is you're going to overshadow stuff with a cage match.
No, and I was thinking that when I booked it. That's why I was like, this is kind of, but I was trying to find a way. What's that?
Cage matches for the main event because the putting up and the taking down the cage, I see doing it with the intermission, but to do a non-finish, you're going to piss the crowd off, especially with Snuka and Schultz earlier on.
So where do you go with Slaughter and Sheik then?
I think you have a straight-up match.
But the thing is, it's midway through the feud, so you can't have either one of them winning clean.
No, I'd say Slaughter goes over. It's Mania. Slaughter goes over. Sheik gets his heat back. They brawl to the back, and they have that big pull-apart brawl that they had on an MSG show.
But you can't have the swearing. You can't have the swearing.
No, you can't have the swearing. But
some Blassie calling Slaughter. You know,
and that could be the reason for the intermission. You know, they've got to
gotta call the cops because I know you gotta call the cops. Hey, my cat stopped searching. No, my cat's behind me gonna go to the bathroom. It's fucking disgusting here. So junior heavyweight championship, the Cobra versus Black Tiger.
Nice.
Cobra wins this clean
That's
match.
a good call.
Yeah. Now right before the main event, we're gonna have Bobby Backlund versus Rene Goulet. Backlund wins, but listen, hear me out. Backlund wins, but shows heel signs in match. He's showing he's a bit of a heel. Okay.
Vince doesn't want Backlund.
Hey, he did it at the time. It was
in that spot. You can't do it. Like, you can't have that Rooster Heenan Snuka Rude match. Because what did they do at the first Mania? The semi-final match was the second most hyped match on the card.
So do you put Slaughter and Sheik right below? He can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. Then.
Either that or the tag title match.
Okay. Move the tag title match up. Which isn't bad because then you have them lose the titles, but you have I'll tell you the finish of the Hogan Piper match.
Yeah.
But what do you do with like Backlund and Goulet? Like, do you throw them into like a 6-man tag somewhere?
I don't think Backlund's on the card. Like, if you're going to have Goulet, B. Brian Blair is the guy that they're kind of grooming in that undercard babyface role. So he would have gotten the Ricky Steamboat Matt Bourne match from.
Okay, so you put Brian Blair and Goulet maybe before the title match.
Somewhere
title match.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main event. Let me tell you what for the main event, Muhammad Ali is a special referee. And I mean, you might almost do the whole thing with Patterson again, just to be safe, because Ali is all fucked up. He doesn't know what's going on. Celebrities in attendance. We have the guest ring announcer Don Mattingly from the New York Yankees. Joe Piscopo's in the crowd.
Yeah.
Dane DeVito's in the crowd. Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf are in the crowd, but this is the fun part. Piper berates them on the way to the ring to kind of maybe plant the seeds a little bit. And,
now, let me ask you this. I'll wait till after.
So then the main event's Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper. This was really tough because Piper doesn't do jobs. And I'm thinking, fuck, how am I going to pull this one off? So what I have is basically... that. But what happens is chaos starts, all this shit starts happening. Refs turn, Hogan hits Piper with a chair, pins him. Piper brings a chair to the ring, Hogan hits it with it. So you give Piper not all his, you give him a little bit more credibility. But go ahead.
Let me ask you this. On this timeline, Mania 2, which would have been in 85, what's your plan for that Mania? If you have Lauper involved, if you have Stallone, if you have Hogan.
Well, I think that Mania kind of goes what one was. You do take T with Hogan and then go after Piper and like Orndorff. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, I guess. It's just tough to have, like, that match was a big match.
Yeah.
But that was Mania 1. That wasn't Mania 2. I think that match is big enough for a Saturday Night's Main Event or a
MTV special.
Mm-hmm. But if you're going to have a singles match at the first Mania for the title between Hogan and Piper,
I got a plan, but keep going.
Then go to a tag match with Hogan and Piper as the main foils. It would have been like Mania 5 being Hogan and Savage and Mania 6 being Hogan and Sapphire against Savage and Sherry.
What's wrong with that? All right. Oh, maybe this. You turn Snuka heel in 85 and have him go against Hogan.
Yeah,
but Hogan wouldn't touch fucking Snuka.
Would anybody trust Snuka in that powerful of a role at that point? I mean, he wasn't even fit to be IC champ.
Maybe you can do something with Orndorff.
Yeah.
You can push Orndorff right through the year because you're already pushing him in this by getting him over SD. You push him right through the year, and then you have him go with Hogan at Mania 2. And I almost have him in, like, he comes in Saturday's main event, pile drives Hogan, lays him out, take Hogan for a month.
How about this?
Hmm.
How about the main event of Mania 1 in 84 is Piper and Orndorff against Hogan and Stallone. And then in the summer, you have the same thing that happened in 85 with Piper against Orndorff.
Yeah.
Because Orndorff, maybe Schultz gets involved instead of Orton because Orton's not there.
Yeah.
And then you have Piper and Schultz against Orndorff, and then Hogan and Orndorff, and then eventually you do the Hogan Orndorff.
Yeah, that could work.
turn,
Yeah.
and that
make
main
that for
event
two.
Mania 2. I don't know.
Not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I'll call Vince and let him know. All right, so that's the halftime show. Oh, by the way, the attendance 3 million people, and the buy rate is 75, even though the pay-per-view doesn't exist then. So, do you want? I'm thinking about going through the some of the Observer news because I had the Observer yearbook, and I wanted to skim through some of the stuff before we jump into the awards again.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring a little clip in here. This is an audio clip. This is from Mr. Vince McMahon himself on Howard Stern. And then I'm going to read something after. It's only 20 seconds long. So just keep an eye out. Listen to this.
Call you a marketing genius.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
I was looking through the notes. I guess it said that Vince has said that if his dad ever knew that he was going to take WWF National, he probably wouldn't have given it to him.
Well, that was because my dad had a lot of friends, these other, territory owners that owned these fiefdoms.
Right.
My dad had a lot of friends and acquaintances.
So,
and
in
so
other
forth.
words, you crushed these people.
That girl at the end's a fucking idiot. Okay. So Vince says that, right? Oh, my dad would never have sold me the company. Never would have done it. Titan Sports got the War of 84 started in a big way in late November 1983 when Vince McMahon Sr., while on tour in Japan, offered Hulk Hogan a lucrative deal and the WWF World's Champion to get him to defect from AWA. Thank you, Vince, for lying, you piece of fucking shit.
Wait a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Vince McMahon Jr.?
Yeah. Right there shows it. The guy's full of fucking shit. His father knew what he was doing the whole time. This father got Adonis and Murdoch on the same tour to jump. He's like so full
Where
of
were they
shit,
jumping
man.
from, though? Like, Adonis was working what, Southwest?
He was working AWA,
What was Murdoch doing? Pardon?
Well, I don't know what the fuck Murdoch was doing. But he got these boys. The thing is that Vince Sr. was in on it. He helped them. And I'm not against him helping them. But don't lie, you piece of fucking shit. God damn it. But anyway, let's just jump through a couple more. We're talking about Hogan's title reign. For the most part, Hogan's reign has been a disappointment. He drew tremendously while the first few months as champion in the Northeast. In other parts of the country, his drawing power wasn't that notable from the beginning. Things got worse as the year progressed, and his run is as he was run ragged by his travel schedule, is beginning to talk like he wants outs. Very interested that Hogan wanted out in 84.
Yeah.
Well, think about it.
Know anything?
What if he leaves in 84? Because those rumors that he was hurt in 85. His legs were all fucked up in 85. So what if he leaves in 85 and says, I can't do this? Who do you go with? Piper as a heel. That's what I mean. They don't do heel champions.
Well, Vince Sr. didn't do
Billy
it.
Graham.
Billy Graham was the guy that Vince Jr. saw money in. And like, if you asked him, and I know
We talk all the time. We talk all the time, me and Vince Jr.
Yeah.
I still call him Junior.
I think he would see the value in Roddy Piper, especially considering his main competitor, their main guy was Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm. But you lose the whole rock and roll connection. You lose a lot of shit if Hogan leaves in 85. A lot of stuff. The cartoon's gone.
Yeah, I think you gotta reposition and rebrand the whole program to be about Hot Rod.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he's a little hesitant to do that, you could have him be like the Austin 10 years beforehand with just being a little more of an anti-hero. I don't know. 85, I don't know.
If Hogan leaves in 84, he can go with Slaughter. I don't think Slaughter would leave if you go with Slaughter. But I don't know putting Slaughter as a champion as an 84. He would have done it. He would have probably done it. Or you go try to get Kerry from Texas. But the thing about him is he's already fucked up. They know what they're like in Texas.
Yeah, but they also aren't going to leave their dad.
Well, that helps. What if their dad's like, yeah, go ahead, go take it, go get your money. You'll make.
Fritz wasn't that guy. That wasn't Fritz. They viewed it like that was going to be their company.
Yeah.
Years down the road, they were like Shane and Stephanie, and I don't know.
It's an interesting thing.
If you don't go with Piper, then as far as who they had on their roster at that time,
It's tough, man, to get a babyface.
you'd be reaching for Barry Windham, maybe.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know about Wyndham at that point. Too young.
No.
Inexperienced.
He didn't have the promos. And Piper had the promos. The only, like, there wasn't anybody other than Hogan and Piper, really, on the, like, up and down the whole card that could talk people into the building.
So you go Piper heel, feed him baby faces for a year, and then you find the top baby face like
Andre.
86. Yeah, but you're gonna go run the horn with Andre. I mean, Andre's not working that much then.
No,
he's doing Japan, Mexico.
No, you have Piper and crew take him out. You they could predate the Horsemen with Schultz, Orndorff, Piper.
Yeah,
kind of copying the Freebirds in a way.
So I'm gonna jump into, no pun intended, the jumps. So these are some of the jumps. Okay, jumps that year. Piper, obviously everyone knows about it. Blackjack Mulligan, Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo, Kamal, the Freebirds, Junkyard Dog, Mad Dog LaShawn, Jesse Ventura, David Schultz, Billy Jack. Where's it at here? I'm trying to find it. Billy Jack lasted 3 days. He lasted a whole 3 days. Greg Valentine, Gene Oakland, Bob Orton, Buzz Sawyer. The Freebirds were there for a bit. I remember seeing that. Let's take a look. Mass Superstar left. Slar left. Mike Sharp left. Oh, that must have been a sin. Les Thornton, and then Bret Hart is still around, but Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid are not. So that's that one. And let me, last but not least, this is a fun one. The top wrestlers from 1985, as per the Wrestling Observer. And I'll do like the top, I don't know, 10 or 15. I want you to guess what number one is.
What was the category?
Top wrestlers. Like, just think of like PWI 500, but it's like the Wrestling Observer 100.
Is it Dynamite?
No. Ric Flair. Dynamite's 2, Brody's 3, Super Tigers 4, David Boy Smith is 5, Ricky Chozu, Butch Reed, Fujinami, Stan Hansen, Ricky Steamboat's the top 10. I'll just take Miz at a couple. Savage is 18. Don Cornell is 23. Kira Minus 24. Wyndham's 25. Lanny Poffo is 66. Buddy Rose, Dory Funk, Tito. I'm trying to find some interesting ones in here. Nothing too interesting. Let me get out of that picture and go to the next one, and then we will move on to the awards again. Yeah, I mean, Brian Blair's really high. He's like 33. Piper's 34. Your boy Ricky Martel's 35.
And there's no universe where Blair is better than Martel. Sorry.
That universe, well, hey, that universe was. So deal with it, brother. So we're going to jump back into the awards. That was a little bit of a longer halftime show. It's actually good because we kind of. So the next one, I don't know who went last. Tag team, I went last. So best babyface of the year.
Is it Hulk Hogan?
Goddamn Skippy. It is Hulk Hogan. Let's go take a look at his competitors. Hulk Hogan at 1, Kerry Von Erich 2, Sergeant Slaughter 3, Ricky Chozu 4, Jerry Lawler 5. Honorable mentions Jimmy, I Like Cocaine Snuka, and I Don't Kill My Girlfriend. Dusty Rhodes and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is the honorable mentions. And I'm going to guess for you, brother, the Hulkster. It's got to be Hogan. Oh, they gave it to Von Erich. That's fucking retarded. That's stupid. No, man. No. Observer has it right.
Kerry Von Erich wins it with 12,720 votes. First runner-up is Hulk Hogan with 11,567 votes. Second runner-up is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, with 10,468 votes. Third runner-up is Sergeant Slaughter with 9,856 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 11,934 votes included Kevin Von Erich, Billy Jack, Jimmy Valiant, and Tito Santana.
You mean Billy Jerk?
Yeah.
Always say Billy Jerk. No, Hogan wins that. Hogan wins that by a fucking mile, man. There's no way. Like, listen, Kerry doesn't leave Texas. That's where he's at. Like, he doesn't fucking go outside of Texas.
Hawaii.
Him is, what's that?
He goes to Hawaii.
Yeah, okay.
Japan.
Well, Hogan's all over the fucking country, man. Rocking it. He's got his own, like, no, it's so ridiculous.
Hey, full disclosure, I don't know if you're aware of this, people. Recently, the PWI 2021 award.
Don't give any of the awards in. I don't want to know it until I find out.
Not saying anything.
Yep.
There's just in some of the Facebook groups I'm in, there's a lot of complaining
about. You just gave it away, for fuck's sakes, man. Just stop talking. You're giving it away. I know what they're complaining about. The kids don't like the AEW because they're copying the WWE.
No, but the thing is, I would always ask, well, did you vote or did you just whine? And a lot of the people who are complaining about who won didn't actually submit a ballot. So it's like, well, if you think that Hulk Hogan was the best babyface, was the most popular wrestler of the year in 1984, then in like the September issue of PWI, when they had the nominees.
I didn't have PWI back then. What the fuck do I know?
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that the people that would argue that Hogan wasn't the most popular, there was 11,567 votes. So there was a lot of votes. Kerry won it with 12,720. So it wasn't a landslide. It was
fair
close.
enough.
His brother died. He won the world title.
Oh, boo-hoo. They all fucking died. Doesn't matter. They dropped dead like fucking...
baby.
Oh, yeah, somehow. All right, next one, Manager of the Year. Pick it for you, Jimmy Cornette.
84. Nope.
Paul Ellering.
It is Paul Ellering.
Okay.
There's two guesses here. Bullshit.
Whatever. Well, Jimmy Cornette was doing shit back then. That was my bad.
First runner-up is Jimmy Hart with 11,346 votes. Second runner-up is Jim Cornette with 9,237 votes.
Was it better then?
Third runner-up is James J. Dillon with 8,345 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 12,234 included Gary Hart, Sheik Adnan Al-Casey, Paul Jones, and Cyndi Lauper. No votes for Captain Lou Albano in PWI? No votes for Bobby Heenan? Like, what?
Yeah, Cyndi Lauper was hot. It's all good. I thought Cyndi Lauper was hot.
Albano, PWI loves their Albano. They're voting for him in years that he's dead. So.
Well, fuck, he must not have heard his ballots in that year. Fuck, too bad.
He was too busy actually working that year, you know?
What are you guessing for mine?
I'm going to say Ellering as well.
Jimmy Hart.
Okay.
Jimmy Hart wins it. And Lou Albano's second, and Jim Cornette is third. That's all I have for Managers of the Year.
Interesting.
Excuse me. The next one, I got to go into the format here real quick because I got to see what your one is. Yours is going to be the Editor's Award. Mine is Reader's Favorite Wrestler. So you get to pick mine first.
Is it Ric Flair?
Damn, Skippy. Ric Flair wins it. Let's go take a look at the runner-ups. Dynamite Kid second, Bruiser Brody's third, Roddy Piper is 4, and Super Tiger is also 4. They're tied at fourth.
That's Tiger Mask, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. When he went to UWF, the original UWF, New Japan still owned the rights to Tiger Mask, so he became Super Tiger.
All right. So for you, Inspirational Wrestler of the Year, I'm going to go Kerry Von Erich.
No.
Editor's Award, David Von Erich.
You are correct, sir. It is David Von Erich.
Rusty, I got another one right. My cat's watching behind us. He's been there the whole time. He's really interested in our podcast, or he just wants food. He doesn't care about the podcast. He's literally been staring at me the whole fucking show. He's just like right behind me, right behind my chair. I'm like, Jesus Christ, cat. He went to the bathroom for a second. But anyway, so there's no runner-ups or anything. It's just that, right? No. Okay. So next one's gonna be Match of the Year. I'm picking Ric Flair and Kerry Von Erich for that one, and I know that because I've seen that's it. And I have seen that match. It was okay.
Okay, wins it with the backslide. Yeah. Kerry Von Erich versus Ric Flair. They win it with 15,713 votes.
He loses it like a week later in Japan, like 10 days later.
3 weeks, I think he had the title.
No, that's not bad then.
He did defend it in the States, including in Florida. So he did Flair's defenses.
Do you think he did drugs off the title? He might have did some cocaine off that title?
Allegedly. First runner-up is Rick Martel versus Jumbo Shirota with 10,546
That's what you would have voted for. You haven't fucking seen it because you take Rick Martel's dick in your ass.
This guy, folks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think it's people who like to do that. But I'm just making fun of him.
Yeah, but you want to be demonetized, don't you? When do you start talking about not unconsensual intercourse?
No one's watching this.
How about like offing oneself? You know, you can't mention the S word.
It's interesting to say that because I was watching on YouTube last night, and I was just going through videos, and one of them was, remember to Catch Predator?
Yeah.
That popped up, and it's the guy, they got a guy in Texas who's like an assistant district attorney, and he does that to himself when they catch him. And it says on my TV this video mentions blank. Do you want to watch it? And I'm thinking, like, I don't fucking care. Like, just watch the damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to see someone actually do it, but yeah, you can't. It's a very different world we live in.
Yes. Second runner-up is Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik with 9,987 votes. Third runner-up is Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat with 6,132 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 14,845 votes.
Every fucking match in 1984.
This one's interesting because we know the footage isn't there. So this is baloney. Tito Santana capturing the WWF Intercontinental title from Magnificent Morocco on February 11 in Boston.
Well, if someone was in Boston, they might have voted for it.
I guess. I mean, it's possible. Dusty Rhodes' April 30 win over NWA World Champion Ric Flair in the main event of the Lords of the Rings in Miami, Florida's Orange Bowl. The Road Warriors' August 25th capturing of the AWA World Tag Team title belts from Crusher and Baron Von Raschke in Las Vegas's Showboat Pavilion. Magnum TA's North American title victory over Mr. Wrestling 2 on May 13 in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Civic Center.
All right. So I want you to guess my match of the year.
Is it that New Japan 10-man gauntlet match?
No, it's the Freebirds against the Von Erichs on the same show that
Von Erich beat. Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, it's the 6-man. Yeah.
That's not even that. Like, I've watched a lot of Freebirds Von Erichs matches, and when David dies and Mike replaces him in the role in the Freebird Von Erichs, not as good as when David's there.
Well, David was better. All right, so number 2, Sheik versus Star, the boot camp match, which is actually really good. Kerry versus Flair. Dynamite Kid versus Cobra. Yasusu versus Takada. Flair and Steamboat. And there's the ones. Hogan and Sheik, Davey Boy Smith. This one, Davey Boy Smith and Davey Boy Smith, Dynamite Kid, and David Schultz versus Toyonoka Fujinami and Cobra. Bruiser Brody versus Jerry Blackwell. Dynamite Kid versus Davey Boy Smith. Super Tiger versus Akira Maeda. Ricky Steamboat versus Dick Slater. Flair versus Von Erich from Japan when Flair beats him. Yep. So that is that. So I'm going to go with, I don't know. I've seen them both. I'm going to go with the Observer one because that is a better match, I think. A little more,
action.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Fritz, I'm a sucker for old retired wrestler comes back. We've talked about it before on the show. I will always, have a soft spot in my heart for that.
Yeah, it was a decent match. All right, so last but not least, Wrestler of the Year. And I know yours, I've seen it by mistake tonight. So I'm going to guess, we'll just guess mine.
Is it the Nature Boy, Ric Flair?
It is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Dynamite Kid 2nd, Brody's 3rd, Hogan's 4th, Chosu's 5th. And then we have Piper, Super Tiger, and Kerry Von Erich as honorable mentions. And also for you is Ric Flair. And I'll guess your honorable mention, Kerry Von Erich's number 2, because they fucking love Kerry Von Erich.
Nope. First runner-up, Hulk Hogan with 12,741 votes. But by the way, Ric Flair wins it with 12,965 votes. Hogan's in second with 12,741 votes. So
super close.
Very close. Second runner-up is Kerry Von Erich with 11,963 votes. Third runner-up is Rick Martel with 11,345 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 6,923 included Dusty Rhodes, Kevin Von Erich, Sergeant Slaughter, and Magnum TA.
I wanted to tell you quickly while you're saying that, and I looked up Wikipedia, 1984, what happened, right? Do you want to hear the important things that happened in 1984 according to Wikipedia?
Sure.
Roddy Piper, David Schultz, and Hulk Hogan in an interview with Gene Oakland all debuted in WWF at Championship Wrestling in Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's a lie. Hogan debuted in St. Louis. So did Piper. Hulk Hogan defeats the Iron Sheik. Tuesday Night Titans premieres in USA. Black Saturday, which we all know what that was. Yeah. Wendy Richter becomes a new WWF Women's Champion, defeating the Fabulous Moolah on July 23rd. That's the most important stuff in pro wrestling, according to Wikipedia in 1984. That's it. Nothing else, just that. And I find that very strange. Do you?
Yeah.
Like, that's like, what the fuck? Like, no other company exists?
Just
pretty. Anyway, do you have some predictions or anything for me?
I don't have any predictions. However, I would like to give a special shout out to wrestling personalities born this year in 1984?
Yeah, it wasn't me. I wasn't born. I was born in 78, so you can't really use my name. And I've already told you, if you use my name, I'll legally go after you because I am.
Yeah, I know.
Bret Hart has nothing on me. I do laundry way better than that fucking guy.
I don't know about that, but Kevin Owens was born 1984, along with Sami Zayn and Brian Cage and your boy Corey Graves, born in 1984.
I don't give a fuck about Corey Graves.
Now, PWI had some wrestlers that they thought would be forces to be reckoned with in 1985. Do you have
Magnum TA? B. Brian Blair, Randy Savage, Tom Zink. And who was your rookie of the year again? Whoever the rookie of the year was, I'm picking him. I can't remember who it was.
Mike Von Erich.
Okay, who was it? Who did I get it right?
You did. Yeah, Magnum TA.
Fuck us all.
Yep, Magnum TA. They also predicted the Rock and Roll Express, Nikita Koloff, and the Fabulous Ones. So they weren't really going on much of a limb.
Yeah, they were pretty much there in 84. Yep. All right, so I'm going to jump into the secondary. Do I have everything else done? Yeah, I do. Okay. Secondary awards. Let's jump up to these. Feud of the year, because they had Feud of the year in the Observer back then. So you guess what that is.
Is it Sheik and Slaughter?
Von Erich and Freebird. Sheik and Slaughter was third. Most impressive wrestler of the year.
Is it Dynamite?
It is Dynamite. Yeah, he loves Dynamite in this one. Most washed up wrestler of the year. This is always fun.
Yeah, it is. Is it Angela Mosca?
Jimmy Snuka.
Oh.
Jay Strombo's second. Tito's third, which is really weird.
Wow.
Tito's third because Tito's not bad in 84. The Crushers 4. Hogan is 5. Most obnoxious.
Is it Vince?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and that cannot be further from the truth. Gorilla Monsoon is 2. Lord Alfred Hayes is 3.
Wow.
Angelo Mosco's 4, and Hogan is 5th. They have honorable mentions. Gordon Soley, Ole Anderson, Jack Reynolds, and Gene Oakland. Now, Gene on commentating 100% is fucking annoying. I hated him on commentating. Oh my god. Like, Jesus, he was brutal. Do you know who was his replacement after he went out?
Is it Bruno?
Tony Grillo.
Oh.
And then they brought Moscow on. And then I think they brought Patterson back. Maybe Bruno came in at that point after that. But anyway, best in interviews.
Is it Piper?
Jimmy Hart. Piper 2nd. Flair's 3rd. Pervert Lawler's 4th. And Michael Hayes is 5th. Most charismatic.
Is it Ric Flair?
Ric Flair. Michael Hayes is 2. Hogan's 3rd. Von Erich's 4th. And Ricky Chosu's 5th. Best technical wrestler.
Dynamite
Kid. Saito is 2nd. Or Saito's tied. Oh, look at that. Him and Dynamite are tied. They got the exact same amount of votes. Fujinami, Super Tiger, and Chavo Guerrero. Best brawler.
Brody
by a ton of votes, yeah. Hanson's 2nd. Gordy's 3rd. Pervert Lawler's 4th. Paul Rivers 5th. Most agile wrestler.
Is that Super Tiger?
Dynamite. Cobra is 2nd. Tiger Mask is 3rd. Super Tiger's 4th. Strongest wrestler.
Animal?
Butch Reed. Animal's 2nd. Tony Atlas is 3rd. Road Warrior Hawk's 4th. And Mr. Hulk Hogan is 5th. Most overrated wrestler.
Is it Hogan?
John Studd.
Oh, okay.
Hogan's 2nd. Junkyard Dog's 3rd. Dusty's 4th. And that fucking great Ivan Putski's 5th. Fuck Ivan Putski. Most underrated wrestler.
84. Is it Fujinami?
Brian Blair. They love Brian Blair. Takada's number 2. Rotten Ron Stars 3. Yeah, Rotten Ron Stars 3. Dynamite Kid and Don Corolla. Best circuits. Best company.
Is it World Class?
New Japan.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. All Japan 2nd. Mid-South. Jarrett. Mid-Atlantic. Honorable mention. UWF and World Class. Best TV show.
World Class.
New Japan. It's the New Japan show. Mid-South is 2nd. Jarrett's 4th or 3rd. All Japan's 4th. World Class is 5th. Best maneuver.
Is it the spinning tombstone?
Dynamite Kid Davey Boy, one arm power clean, drop kick up the top ropes. Tiger Mask diving out of the ropes is the second. Hardest worker.
Dynamite.
Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Dynamite's 2, Brody's second or third. Biggest shock of the year.
David's death.
Vince purchased in Georgia. Bruno rejoined WWE, and Sheep beaten Backlund. Most discussed already. That one. Best announcer.
Lance Russell.
Bill Watts is second. Gordon Soley's third. What the fuck is this? Are you ready for who number fucking 5 is?
Yep.
Gene Okerlund.
They must only be counting his interviewing.
I would fucking hope so.
Yeah, because otherwise I wouldn't take their opinions seriously anymore.
Reader's most hated wrestler.
84.
It's definitely on my fucking list. I kind of just gave it away.
Is it Ivan Putski?
It is Ivan Putski. Fucking bum. Andre's second. Andre's a little harsh at 84 at second. JYD, Kamala, Dusty Rhodes, Bob Backlund. Fuck them. Hogan. Bob Backlund, Hogan are ties. This isn't real awards. The worst wrestler of the year.
Worst? Is it?
Yep.
Is it Mike Von Erich?
Ivan Putski.
Oh, yeah.
Kamala, the Crusher, Jay Strongbow, and Junkyard Dog are tied, and Rufus Jones. Actually, Jay Strongbow, Junkyard Dog, and Rufus Jones are all tied. Worst tag team.
Is it the Invaders?
Crusher and Baron Von Ratsky.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie Garvin and Jerry Oates, the Samoans, Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas, King Parsons, and Father of the Year, Buck Sumo. Fuck, that's bad. I'm going to hell for that one. I was going to hell long before that, so it doesn't even count. Worst TV show.
Is it All American?
It doesn't give it just a WWF. It doesn't actually say which one. AWA is second. Tuesday Titans third, which I don't know what they're top. That's fun, actually. I like Tuesday Titans.
I know some fans who aren't a fan of TNT, and it's I don't get it. I remember when they put that on the network. I couldn't wait to watch it.
But the 84 stuff isn't that great. It doesn't really get good to 85.
See, I like the 84 stuff because it's long.
Yeah, well, I don't mind it.
When did they switch to an hour? Was it 86, or had they been an hour beforehand?
Well, they left Tuesdays in 85. They went to Fridays, so I might have been Fridays, switched to an hour. The rest of them TV shows: Best of Ole Anderson, Southwest, WWA, and Vancouver. Your hometown territory. Worst manager of the year.
It's Paul Jones?
No, it's Mr. Fuji. Come on. What's wrong with you? There's always him. Johnny Valiant, Skydor Ambar, and Paul Jones. Worst announcer of the year.
Gorilla?
Angelo Mosca. Gorilla's second. Jack Reynolds and Gordon Soley. And Lord Alfred Hayes and Vince are up there. Worst match of the year.
I honestly don't know what they would pick. Is it Stud and Andre?
Stud and Andre is second. Richter and Mula's third. First, that's not that bad. I know it's not great, but it's a little harsh. Then it's Martel and Schruda is third for worst match of the year.
Well, they had a couple of different ones. Maybe they're because the one that the PWI voted for was
that's the one they're talking about when Martel won the belt.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't like it. Road Warriors and Crusher versus Crusher and Baron, and Stella May versus Nicola Roberts. I don't fucking know what that means.
Nicola Roberts would go on to become Baby Doll. Stella May was because the big babyface valet in World Class at that time was Sunshine, but she wasn't a worker. So they had this woman come out who was a wrestler back in the day. She portrayed Sunshine's aunt, and that she was a truck member.
Okay. Worst feud of the year.
Is it Stud Andre?
Stud and Andre, yeah. Jake Roberts and Ronnie Garvin, second. Mr. Fuji and Tiger Chung-Lee's third. Yeah, that's a bad one. Tommy Rich and Eddie Gilbert and Hulk Hogan and John Studd. And last but not least, worst on interviews.
George Animal Steel?
No, man, Jimmy Snuka. The
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
you couldn't tell. I like the fact that they told me couldn't speak English, but yeah, just go watch TV. Thunderbolt Patterson's 2, Bob Backlund's 3, Kerry Von Erich is 4, Andre the Giant is 5th, and it's tied with Mike Von Erich for worst interviews of the year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1984 Newsletter versus Newsstand Awards, and that is one hell of a fucking year, man. It was yours, yeah.
Great year. As far as the head-to-head awards, you had Observer winning 4-0 over PWI. So who do you think got it right, PWI or Observer?
I think the Observer got it right.
Yeah,
but you know, that's just me. I mean, the fact that Hogan doesn't win most of the rest of the year, I'll be able to sleep tonight. I'll be up all fucking night, turning, freaking out. I'll wake up in cold sweats. Like, how's this happening? How did he win? I'll call Terry. Sorry, I'll call Terry. Be like, hey, but how the fuck did you get my phone number?
I'll say this: Hogan losing to Kerry in '84 is not as egregious as Hogan losing to Dusty.
Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm tired. Yeah, that is what it is.
Because at that point, Hulkamania had been building. Like '84, Hogan is a different beast than like '87 or '86 Hogan. Hogan
was on some. I think he might have some drugs. You ever watch his promos in '84? He's just fucking wired. Like, he's freaking out. Like, Hulk, just calm down, buddy. Just bring it down a few notches, man. Like,
it's funny.
Don't do a line before you go right up to do your interview.
Well, by the time I started watching wrestling, Hogan was like the thing. Like, it was like Hulk Hogan's watching wrestling, Hulk Hogan and WWF, you know.
Yeah.
But looking back at his '84 stuff compared to his later years, he was still in daddy mode. You know, he wasn't yet brother. Yeah. It just felt like he was more of a human being than eventually he would just become a cartoon to this day.
All right, so everyone, promote your Royal Rumble pool. This will come out in like March, but it's already been full. I got 14 and 18 for fuck's sakes.
Has anybody won from either of those numbers? Oh yeah, Sean.
Well, there you go. Maybe I get lucky
because I got 18 in the one that you didn't get 18 in. So you got 18 in the men's.
Yeah, I think it's the men's. I got 14. What'd you get for the women's?
Let me just check. I think it's 18.
Okay.
You got 14 for the women, didn't you?
Yeah. And 18 for the men's. So what did you get for the men's? I meant to say, sorry, my bad. What did you get for the men's?
11.
Well, you're fucked. He ain't winning shit. So
I know.
Congratulations.
But Lily's got some good numbers.
Yeah. Oh, great. So you get your girlfriend gets to fucking win. All right. With that being said, everybody, we're going to close the great podcast today. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. The link's in the description. For Newsstand versus Newsletter. Pro Wrestling Jeopardy will be going on. It's probably going on by the time this uploads, actually. Unless we'll work on that soon. And we will see you next time on Newsstand versus Newsletter. Good night, everybody.
Godspeed.
Beautiful plaque. Okay, the first one is Billy Jack. Billy Jack was voted by all you fans all over the world as the most improved wrestler of the year. And I'd like to give him the plaque right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the man who received over 12,000 votes. 12,000 votes as the most popular wrestler of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the plaque, and now here's the man who won it by your choice, the former World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.